Hello everyone, welcome to this course Learn Mern Stack. So, are there any course requirement or prerequisite? To work on this project, you must have the following skill set: basic knowledge of HTML, basic knowledge of CSS, and basic knowledge of JavaScript. So, course objective: participant will be able to implement Mern Stack concepts in current and future projects. What you will learn in this course: we will create a blog website using React, Node, Express, and MongoDB. Who are the targeted students? Students with no Mern Stack experience, front-end developers, and anyone who want to learn Mern Stack. By the end of the course, you will be having the following skill sets: hands-on regarding practical and real-life scenario of creating blog using Mern Stack. So let's get started. Hello everyone, let's install the tools necessary for this course. We need to install node.js, which helps to run JavaScript code outside of the browser. This is really helpful since it means that your JavaScript code does not have to be loaded and executed as a part of web page. In other words, you can write JavaScript file and run it from the command line. If you already have Node.js installed, then you don't need to download it. And if you don't have in your machine, then you need to go to this website nodejs.org and you need to download this LTS version. This is the latest version and you need to install it in your machine. I have already installed it, so I will not install it again. And the second tool is Visual Studio Code. So I am using Visual Studio Code as my code editor. So if you want to use Visual Studio Code as your code editor, then you need to visit this website code.visualstudio.com and you need to click on this down arrow and then you can download this software and install it in your machine. So I already have installed in my machine, so I will not do it again. Okay. So this is it for this video and I'll see you in the next video. Hello everyone. In this video, we will set up React project and the fastest way to set up a React app by scratch is by using generator. So we will be using Create React App, which is an open source generator published by Facebook. So inside Visual Studio Code, we need to open the terminal, and to open the terminal, we need to press Ctrl and backtick key, or else you can just click on this terminal and you can click on new terminal. Okay, so I will create this project on my desktop. So I will write cd desktop. Now I am inside my desktop and then I will write npx create react app, and here we need to give the name of the project. So I will give my blog. You can give whatever name of the project you want. Okay, I am giving my blog, and then we need to press enter. So it will take some time. So here it is installing React, React DOM, and React scripts. So our application has been created. So now we need to open this folder, my blog. Okay, so here we need to click on open folder, and here inside desktop, I will select my blog and I'll click open. Let's check the file. So there are two directories. One is public directory and one is source directory. Okay. So inside public directory, we have index.html. So this is the entry point for our application. And then we have manifest.json, which is used with mobile phones. And then let me close this public folder. And inside this source folder, we have app.js component, which is the root component for our application. And we also have app.css, and as well as we have app.test.js. So we are not going to use test in this course as testing React project is beyond the scope of this course. So this is how we have set up our React project, and this is it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Hello everyone. In this video, we will see how to use Tailwind CSS in React. So what is Tailwind CSS? So Tailwind CSS is utility for CSS framework packed with classes like Flex, pt-4, text center, and many more. Okay, so by using these classes, we can create our designs. So in this lecture, we will see how to install Tailwind CSS in our react.js project. So for that, we need to go to Visual Studio Code, and inside our project, I'll open the terminal. So Control and backtick key. So now I am inside my project. Here I will install some packages. So npm install tailwind css-d. Press enter. So let me open the package.json file. So it is dev dependency. Okay, that's why I have wrote -d. Okay, so we have installed Tailwind CSS. Now The next thing is npm install post css -cli -d. Press enter. So it has been added here. Okay, so now let me clear this out. Now we will install auto prefixer. So auto prefixer. Then we need npm run -all. Then we need post css. Okay, so these three are different packages. So auto prefixer, npm run all, and post css -d. Let's press enter. So all these three packages will be installed. Okay, all the packages are being installed. Now let me close this, and now let's go to let's do some changes here in the script. Okay, so inside the package.json we need to change this, or we need to add some more scripts. So first one is build :css, that is going to be post css, and this is the src folder, and inside this folder we will create a styles folder, and here we need index.css, and that will output. So -o, our tailwind css file. So source styles slash tailwind.css. Okay, then let me duplicate this line. So here we need watch. Okay, watch css, and this is all the same. OCSS source folder and everything should be same. Style index.css, output will be tailwind css, and here we need to write --, watch. Okay, then we need react scripts. Okay, react script start, and here we need to write sleep for 5 seconds and then run the react script. Okay, so react -scripts, and then here we need to do some changes in the start script. So here we need to write run -p, means run parallel. Okay, run this script parallel. So run -p, then watch the css, then react scripts starts. Okay, and in build we need to write run -s build css run script build. Okay, so let me save this, and run -p is the short form of run parallel. So if I go to run npm run all, npm run all, and if I go to this npm js.com, so here it is written what is run -p. So if you click here, so it says that a CLI command to run given npm script in parallel. Okay, and what is run -s? So here it is a CLI command to run given npm script sequentially. Okay, so you can just go through this if you want. So this is the script which we require to write to get the tailwind css work. Okay, so then we will create the folders, required folders. So in source folder I will create style folder, so styles, and inside this styles folder I need to create index.css, but here we already have index.css. So let's do one thing. Let's move this index.css inside the style component, sorry, style folder. I'll just move this here. Okay, and let's remove entire thing from here. And inside this index.css, we need to write @tailwind base. Okay, then what we need is @tailwind components, then @tailwind utilities. Okay, utilities. Let me save this file. And now index.css is completed. So now what we need is we need to go to index.js file, and then we need to import the CSS, tailwind CSS. So import, and here we need to write dot slash styles slash tailwind dot CSS. So it will be auto generated. Okay. Once we will write npm start, then this tailwind CSS will be auto generated inside this styles folder. Okay. So now what we need is we need a config file, post CSS config file. So inside the source folder, we'll create a new file, and here I'll write post css.config.js. Okay, and inside this, we need to write module.export equals to, and in the object we will write plugin, and here we require an array. So require, and here we need tailwind CSS. Okay, and then we require auto prefixer. So require auto prefixer. Okay, so let me save this file, and once again we need to open the terminal. So control and backtick key. Let me clear this, and here we need to give a command npx tailwind css.cli @latest init. Okay, so this will create the tailwind config file. So let me hit enter. So it is giving an error. So let me check it out here in tailwindcss.com. Go to documentation, installation, new React app. So here the installation is something different, but okay. So let me copy this. I'll paste this out. Okay, it is hyphen CLI, not dot CLI. Okay, so now tailwind.config CSS is created. Okay, so I think that's it. All the configuration is done. So once I do npm start, here in the styles folder, you will see tailwind.css been created, auto generated. Okay, so let me do npm start. Now it is watching the React script. Here it says unknown script undefined. On which line? Let's go to package.json. So inside this package.json, here we need to write start. Okay, so let me save this and let's run it again. So let me stop this npm start. So as you can see in the style folder, this is auto generated. Okay, tailwind.css is auto generated. Okay, so now it has started the server. So now let's give some CSS tailwind CSS classes to our component. Index.css. Okay, index.js. Okay, this is not required actually. Okay, so let me remove this. Now it is perfectly fine. Let me refresh. Okay, so now we will add some tailwind CSS classes. So in app.js, let me remove this header. Okay, and here what I'll do is I'll write container. Okay, and here I'll write let's say app component. Let me save this. Now let's go back, and here let's check out whether we are getting the container class from tailwind. So here as you can see, we are getting this container class from tailwind. Okay, so now this is working fine, and let's give one more class. So let's give bg blue 500. Okay, let's save this. So I'm not able to get this bg blue. Okay, so let's go to Visual Studio Code. So let's go in index.css, and here the spelling is incorrect. So utilities, TIES. Let's save this, and now let's go back to the browser, refresh. Still I'm not getting it. Okay, so let's go to installation. Let me copy this and let's replace this. Okay, so there was a spelling mistake, I think so. TAIW. Okay, so now it should work. So let me save this, and if I go back to the file. Okay, still we are getting some issue. So let me start it again. So Control C and npm start. Okay, now it should work actually. Still it is starting the development server, so it takes time. So now as you can see, we are getting this peachy blue. So let's add some padding, okay, and let's make the text center padding 5. Let's say this. Okay, so this is a basic. I have just added few classes to make sure that Tailwind is working in our project. Please check this file index.css and make everything correct. Okay, so this was the installation of Tailwind CSS in React. I hope you liked this video, and this is it for this video, and I'll see you in the next. Hello everyone, welcome back. Now let's create the basic pages for our blog. So we will create a new folder inside the src folder. Okay, so right click, new folder, and we will name it as pages. So here we will create our pages, and now let's create a new file inside this pages folder, and we will name it as home.js. And here I'll write RAFCE and press tab. And here we need to give an h1 tag. Okay, and here I'll give hello, welcome to my blog. Let me save this file, and now I will add some lorem ipsum. Okay, so let's take a paragraph, and inside we will add some lorem ipsum dummy text. So lorem, let's add 100 and press tab. Okay, so 100 is too much, so let's delete a few of the text, and here also I will just copy this, paste it here. Let me remove this, save this file, and now let's take two more paragraphs. So I'll take a p tag, sorry guys, and here I'll take a p tag, and inside I'll take lorem and I'll write 50 tab. Okay, and now the last one, so p tag and inside lorem, and let's write 100. Okay, let me save this, and now we will do some css, some styling for this component. So class name equals to, and here we will add some classes. So margin bottom 20. So this course is more focused on full stack development than web designing. So I wanted to make it easy and possible to look fairly good looking full stack up and running as easy as possible. So I will not explain each and every class of Tailwind CSS. If you want, you can just copy this class, or whatever class name I write, you can just copy it and you can just search it on like Tailwind CSS. Okay, so you will be able to check out what are the classes and what it property is, what's the property belongs to that class. So in that way you will be able to learn. Okay, because if I explain each and every class, then it will take too much time. So my focus is on full stack development and not on web designing. So now here in h1 tag we will add few classes. So class name equals to sm text hyphen for excel, and text to excel font will be bold, margin top 6, text gray hyphen 100. I'll take it as 900. Okay, this is for color. Okay, this is margin, font bold, this is text size. And now for paragraph I will write few classes. So class name equals to max auto, leading relaxed, this is for line height, text will be base, margin bottom 4. Okay, margin bottom will be 4. Let me copy this class name and I'll paste it here as well, and in the third paragraph as well. Okay, let me save this file, and let's import this home component in app.js. So let's go to app.js and let's remove this logo because I've deleted. Now here I'll write import home from dot slash pages slash home. Okay, and here inside this div I will import home component. Okay, and I'll add some few classes. So let's remove this classes which we have added early. This is not required. So here I will add the classes for this component, and which are max width screen md, and then max auto, padding top will be 20. Okay, let's save this, and now let's check it in the browser how it looks. So as you can see, we are getting this hello, welcome to my blog, and these are the few text, dummy text. And now we need to navigate our pages. Like if we want to go to about us page from home page, then we need to use routing for that. So we need to install a package which is react router dom. So inside the terminal, let me clear this out. We will write npm install hyphen save react router dom. Okay, and press enter. So this will help us to navigate between the pages. Let's remove this app.css because we are using Tailwind CSS, so no need of app.css. We will not be using any CSS, custom CSS. We will use Tailwind CSS classes. Okay, so now once it is installed, then we need to import few things. So let's import it. Okay, so now it is done. Okay, so let's import browser router as router. Okay, we are renaming this browser router as router, and then we need route as well from react router dom. Okay, now we need to wrap this entire component in router. Okay, so here I will write router. Let me cut this out and I'll paste it here. Okay, and now what we are going to do is we are going to delete this component, and inside this div we will write route. And for route, we need two props. Okay, so the first one is the path and the second is component. So we need to define path prop, and for home page we will be using slash. This is localhost 3000. Okay, and the second is component, that will be equal to home. Okay, let me close this out. And in order to tell React Router that it needs to match exactly, so we need to pass one more prop which is called exact. Okay, so this will exactly match the path. So let me save this. Let's go to the browser. Okay, so this is the okay, let me restart it. So npm start. So now we are getting the home page, and if I do slash hello and if I press enter, so we won't be able to see anything. We can see our app does not display anything, which is exactly what we would expect. Okay, so this routing is working perfectly fine. So if I go to home page, here there is one more class we need, margin bottom 6. Okay, let me save this. If I go back, now let's go to the home page. So now you can see there is a gap in between this. So our routing is working perfectly fine. If I go to slash hello, it won't display anything. Okay, because we don't have any route of hello. It is not matching this. Okay, so this is it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care and bye bye. Hello everyone. Now let's create the remaining pages for our blog. So we have already created the home page for our blog, and now let's create the remaining pages like about us, article listing. So let's right click on pages folder and create a new file and name it as about.js. And the next one is article list. So articles list.js, and then we need article, a single article. Okay, article.js. Okay, that's it. We required 3 pages. So in about, we will write RAFCE, press tab. And now let's copy the entire div from home page and let's paste it here. And let's rename this to about. Okay, let's save this. And now here in the article list, I'll write RAFCE, press tab. And here I will copy this h1 tag and I'll paste it here, and instead of div I will use react fragment, and here I'll write articles. Okay, these are the article list page. This is the article list page, and let me save this, and let's go to article page and write our AFC, press tab, and again I'll just copy this and I'll paste it here, and here I will write this is an article. Okay, let me save this. Now let's import all this component in app.js. So here, okay, let me cut this out, and here I will give a comment as components. So all the components I'll import it here. So now let's duplicate 3 times, and here I'll write about, here about, and then we need article list. So article list. Okay, and then we need article. Okay, so now even route we need to duplicate 3 times, and here it will be about, this will be about, this will be article list, and here article list, here it will be only article. Okay, let's save this files, and now let's go to the browser and check. So let me go to about, sorry, homepage. Article list cannot resolve. Okay, so what's wrong with that? Oh, spelling is incorrect. So articles. Okay, so let's rename this. Okay, first let's close this page and then rename it. Okay, so that's a typo. Articles. Okay, and here also we need to correct the spelling. So articles list, paste it here in app.js. I'll just make the changes. Cool. So let's save this, and now let's check this out. Refresh. So we got the home page, and here if I type about, so here is the about page. Then we have article list. Sorry, spelling is incorrect. Articles list. Okay, so here we have the articles list, and then we have article. So this is an article. We have successfully created all the pages, but still if we type hello, let's say if I type hello and if I press enter, so still nothing has been displayed on this page. Okay, because this is we have not created any kind of route. So in the future videos we will create a 404 page. So let's say if there is any URL which is not matching, so the user will see a 404 page. Okay, so this is it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Hello everyone. Now that we have created all our blog pages, and each page will show when we visit the URL that we have assigned to it using our React router routes. But currently we still have to manually type the URLs into our browser, which is not acceptable for any website. So now our website needs navbar. For that we need to create a new component. So let's go to Visual Studio Code, and inside the src folder we will create a new folder with the name components. And inside this components folder, we will create a new file and name it as navbar.js and hit enter. And here I'll type RAFCE and press tab. Okay. Now, instead of this div, we will take nav. And here I will add some tailwind classes. So class name equals to border bottom 4, and the border color will be green. So border green 700. Text will be center. So text hyphen center. Position is fixed at the top 0. BG color is green 600. Font will be bold. Text will be LG large. Okay, and text color will be white. And inside this nav tag we will take UL, and inside we will take an LI, and here I will add some class name. So class name equals to, and this will be inline block. Padding top will be 4, padding bottom will be 4. Okay, and inside this li I'll take a link components, okay, that we need to import here. So if I click here, you can see this link component has been imported. So make sure this link component has been imported at the top, and here I write 2, and for the home page it is only a slash, and I'll add a class name for it as well. So class name will be padding left 6, padding right will be 8, and we need to close this link tag, and here the link name is home. Okay, and let's copy this li and paste it twice for about and articles. Okay, article list. So this will be about, and everything will be same, but here we need to change it to about, and here this will be articles list. Okay, and here I will write articles. Okay, let me save this file, and now we need to import this navbar component inside app.js. So let's go to app.js, and here, okay, so these are the pages. Okay, let me change the comment, and here we will write components. So let's import the components. So import navbar from dot slash components slash navbar, and here at the top we will initiate the navbar, instantiate the navbar. Okay, so let me save this, and now let's go to the browser and check it. whether we are getting the navbar. Okay, we are getting the navbar, but it is not the full width. So let's fix that issue. So we have added fix, but here we have not given the width. So width will be full. Okay, let me save this. And if I go back, now as you can see, we are getting the navbar. And if I click on any of the link, it will take me to that particular page. If I go to articles, you can see the article page. So if you click on any links, it will take us to the URL that we have linked to it. Okay, so we have successfully added the navbar to our website, and this is it for this video, and I will see you in the next video. Hello everyone. Now that we have the rest of the pages working as expected with React Router, it's time to look at the article page. The problem here is that we won't be able to display any single article depending on the URL. For example, if we go to /article/learn React, it should show us our article about learning React. And if we go to /article/learn Node, it should show us an article about learning Node.js, etc. And the way we do it with React Router is by using something called URL parameters. And the way the URL parameter works is that we need to use colon and the name of the variable, like such as ID or name, for any of the segment of our path. So we will use name for our URL parameter. For example, if we navigate to /article/learn React, so value of the parameter name will be learn React. So how do we get, let me save this file. So how do we get access to this information inside our article component? So with React Router, we will pass a prop called match to our component. So here we need to destructure that prop, which is match. Now this match contains some useful information such as current URL and whether or not it is exactly matching the route path. It also contains a property called params, which is where we find our name parameter. Now we will pull out our parameter name from match, and that will look like this. So here we need to write const, and the name of the variable is name equals to match dot params dot name. Let me save this file. Now let's display the value of name parameter in the heading. So here I will display the value of name. So inside curly braces, we need to pass this name, and here I will write this is the name article. Let me save this file. And now let's go to the browser and let's navigate the URL, which is /article/ and here I'll write learn-react and I'll press enter. Here it is, here as you can notice, it's written this is the learn React article. So now you will see the heading displays the string that we have in this part of the URL. And now we can change it to something like hello. So let me remove this and let's write hello and press enter. So it will display hello. So now we need some content. So we will create a new file inside the page directory. So let's go to Visual Studio Code, and inside the page directory, I'll create a new file and name it as article-content.js and press enter. So I have created some sample content which you can get before the lecture start. Copy and paste it here. So this is the dummy text. I need to copy this. You will get it before the lecture starts. Okay, and I'll paste the content which I have copied. Okay, let me save this file. Now the sample content contains an array of JavaScript with object which represent the article with the article title, which is a string, and the content, which is an array of string. Each of them is represent as a paragraph of the article. If you notice, each of the article has a name property. This is the unique string that we are going to use to match our URL parameters. And then we need to export this article at the bottom of the file. Now we will import this in our article page. So let's go to article.js, and here I'll write import article content from /article-content. Now our article page component have access whatever name we put into the URL. Now what we wanted to do is to find our articles from our article array that has the name, and the way we do is like this. So here I'll take a const, or maybe I can take a const here, article equals to article content dot find, and here I'll pass article, that will be article dot name is equal to the name property that we get from the URL parameters. Let me save this, and finally we will convert this article information into JSX. So we need to change the heading. So let me remove this, and here I'll display the heading as article dot title. Now just after this or just underneath this, we will map the content. So here after this h1, I will take a curly braces article dot content dot map, and here I will take paragraph, and we need the key also, so that I'll take it as index, and here I'll take a paragraph, and inside I'll pass the paragraph. So let me copy this and I'll paste it here. Let me close this curly braces, and here I need a arrow. Okay, I will add some CSS classes. So class name equals to max auto leading relaxed for line height, and text base margin bottom 4, and then I'll pass the key as index, so key will be index. Okay, so let me save this file, and now let's check it in the browser. So let's go to the browser, and you might see this error. So the name hello does not match any of the article in the content. So here you will not find hello. It's like name learn react, name is learn node, name is my thought on learning react, but there is no name as hello, so it doesn't match, so it will give an error. So we will fix this in a while, but before that let's try the content which exists in the file. So learn hyphen react. Okay, let me press enter. So now you will see the content which is related to this article. So we have successfully displayed this article with the URL article slash learn react. But earlier we saw a problem that if I change this URL to hello article slash hello, and if I press enter, we will get an error. So to fix this, we will add a condition. So let's go to Visual Studio Code, go to article.js, and here I will add a if condition, that if article does not exist, okay, if there is no article, then we need to return an h1 tag which says article does not exist. Let me save this, and if I go to the browser, okay, there was some issue. Okay, here I got an error, so let's remove this h1 tag. Okay, here I missed this fragment. Okay, let me save this. So now it's working fine. So now let's go to the browser, and you can see if we type anything which is not in the content, let's say hello, so you will get article does not exist. Okay, so now instead of error, we will get article does not exist. So this is it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Hello everyone. Now in order to access each of our articles, we have to manually type the exact URL into our browser. So we need to do something so that we can click on the link to access that particular article. So for that, we will code our article list page so that it actually displays a list of our articles, and if we click on the article, it will take us to that particular article. So for that, we need to go to Visual Studio Code, and we need to come inside our article list component, and now we need to import the article content. So here I will write import article content from dot slash article content, and now we need to map all the articles, but before that we will do some styling. So we need to add some CSS classes. Okay, so after this h1 tag, I'll take a div with a class name that is going to be container padding from top and bottom 4 max auto, and let's close this div, and inside this div we will take one more div, and we need to add some class names. Okay, so class name, and that is going to be flex wrap, and minus margin top, sorry, minus margin 4, and let's close the div, close this div as well. And now here we will map the articles. So inside the curly braces, I'll take articles dot map, and here I'll take article, then we will take index, so we can use this as a key, and here we'll take an arrow function, and inside this we will take a div, and here we will add key, that is going to be index, and here we will add class names. So class name, that is going to be padding 4, medium device width will be half. Okay, so I'll do something like this, and now inside this, okay, we need to close this div, and now inside this div I'll take one more div with the class name. Height will be full, border 2, border color we need, so border color, sorry, border gray 200, border opacity will be 60, so rounded LG, and overflow hidden. Okay, so overflow hidden. Let me close this div, and now inside this div I will take a link component. So link, sorry, link component is L capital, and if I click on this. So it will automatically import this link component. Oh, so here I have done a mistake. This is article content. Okay, so let's copy this and I'll paste it here. Okay, we don't require this, so save this. Okay, article content dot map. So here there is a link component, and inside this we'll add a path, so to, and then we need a backtick key, and here I'll write article, sorry, slash article slash and then a dollar sign, curly braces, open close, article dot name. Okay, let's close this link component, and inside this link component we need image. Okay, so we have not added image here. Okay, so we need to add images here, but before that let's complete this code. So image class name, that is going to be lg, height of that image will be 48 by 36. So in medium device the height will be 36, width will be full, object cover and object center. Okay, and source, that is going to be article dot thumbnail. This we need to create in our article content. So but before that let's finish it off, and alt take is blog. Let's close this image. Okay, let me save this. So now we need this images. Okay, so for that here I will add one more property, which is thumbnail, and that is going to be slash images slash blog one comma, and I'll copy this and I'll paste it here. This will be block 2, and this image name will be block 3. Let me save this, and we need to create images folder in this public folder. So inside the public folder I'll create a new folder and name it as images, and I've already saved some images in my desktop. So let's go to my desktop. So these are the images which I have created. You will get all these images in my GitHub link. Okay, so let's open that. So now let's go to Visual Studio Code, and here I'll drag all the images in this images folder. So let me drag this in this images folder. So now we have log 1, 2, 3 in the images folder. Let me close this. You will get all this from my GitHub link. Okay. Now if I go to the browser and if I refresh, so these images are not visible. Let's go back. Article dot thumbnail spelling is correct. Yeah, it is correct, and it is in the public folder. Let me refresh it again. Okay, that we'll see. Okay, but let's finish it off first. We need some paragraph. Okay, not paragraph, and after this link component we will take a div with a class name padding 6. Let me close this div, and inside this div we will take a link component. Key will be index, and we need a path, so 2, and then we need a backtick key slash article slash dollar bracket, and then we need to write article dot name. Okay, and here we will close the link component. So here we need to close this bracket. Okay, and inside this link component I'll take an h3 tag, so h3, and inside this h3 tag we need to give the article title, so article dot title, and we need to add some css classes in this h3 tag, so class name, and that is going to be title, font text large, font medium. These are all tailwind css classes. If you want, you can check it on their official website, gray 900, and margin bottom will be 3. Okay, let me save this file and let's check it in the browser. Okay, so here we are getting the links. Okay, if I click, so it will go to that particular page. If I click on this link, it will go to that particular page, but still we are not getting the images, so that I need to check. And here we need some text. Okay, so that we will take it in a paragraph. After this link component, I will take a p tag, and inside this p tag I will add a content, so article dot content, and on the 0 element, okay, we need substring, and that is going to be from 0 to 125 words. Okay, and after this I'll add ellipsis, so we can make the user feel that there is some more text. Let's go back, and here as you can see we have added some text here, and after once it is ended you will see dot dot dot. So let's make it 120. Save this. It looks much better now. Okay, we can reduce a little bit more. So now The entire box is looking good, but we are missing the images. So let's go back. Now what we need is a learn more button. Okay, so for that, after the p tag, we can add a learn more. So div. Okay, but for p tag also we need to add some CSS classes. So let's do it. So class name that is going to be leading relaxed margin bottom 3. That's it. And then we need a div with the class name that is going to be flex item center flex wrap. Okay. Okay. And here inside I'll take a link component. So link class name that is going to be flex indigo 500. Then we have inline flex. Then we need items center, and in medium device margin bottom will be 2. In larger device margin bottom will be 0. Then we need a path, so 2. And inside the curly braces we'll take a backtick key slash article slash dollar bracket article dot name. Okay, and now we will close this link tag, and inside this we will add learn more dot dot dot. Okay, let me save this. If I go back here, as you can see, we have written learn more, and if you click on this, it will take to this page, learn more. So now what we need is the images which are missing. So let's work on that. So that is the final thing which we wanted to do. So here the folder name is images slash blog1.jpg that I am missed out. So let's copy this jpg dot jpg dot jpg. Okay, let's save this and go back. Now as you can see, we are getting all the images as well. If I click on that image, it will take to that particular article. So now we have something which is dynamic. So if you add more content here, okay, if you add more content, let's say if you add fourth one, so it will automatically uh, come here. Okay, so we don't have to manually create all the pages. So this is how it works. So we have successfully created the article list page. Okay, so this indigo color is missing. So let's check it out. So if I go to article list, flex BG indigo. Okay, this is something correct. So it is text indigo 500. Okay, not flex. So text indigo 500. It is inline flex. Let's check out. Now you can see the link learn more button is in a different color. Okay, the learn more text is in a different color. If I click, it will take to that particular page. So now it is looking much better. So this is how we have created the article list page. This is it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Hello everyone. In this video, we will create reusable component that can be used for creating a list of related articles that can be displayed at the bottom of each our articles page. So to create reusable articles inside our components folder, we need to create a new file and name it as articles.js. And here I'll write RAFC and press tab. Now let's go to article list component or page. From here we need to cut this out, and we need to go to articles component, and here we need to paste it, and this will be a react fragment. So I'll remove this div, and instead of this div we will keep a react fragment. Okay, let me save this file. Now instead of importing article content array, we will get this as a prop. So here I will write the name of the prop, which will be articles. Okay, and we will get this prop from here, article list page. So inside this I will import articles component. Okay, so import articles from dot dot slash components slash articles. Okay, and we need to pass this articles here, and here we need to write articles, which is the name of the prop, and inside this we will pass this article content array. So let me copy this and I'll paste it here, and let me close this file. And the link component we don't require here, so I need to cut this out, save this file, and let's go to articles component and I'll paste it here. And instead of this article content, I'll copy this prop and I'll paste it here. And let's save this file. So the reason for doing this is that it allows us to use the same component to display different list of articles. For example, we can display a list of most popular articles or a list of related articles. Okay, so now the setup is done. Let's check it in the browser. The file is working or not. Okay, so if I go to articles, click on any article, so it is working exactly the same, but now it is using the reusable component behind the scene. Now let's add a related articles list at the bottom of the pages, and the way we do is like this. Let's go to Visual Studio Code, and inside the article page we need to import the article component. So import articles from dot slash component slash articles, and here after this code we'll take a heading. Okay, so we will take an h1 tag, so h1 tag, and inside this h1 tag we'll take a title which is other articles, and we need to add some css classes. So class name, that is going to be small for small device, text to excel, text excel, font bold, margin top 4, margin bottom 4, text gray, which is going to be 900. Okay, so let me save this file, and after this h1 tag we will take a div, and we need to add some classes for that as well. So flex wrap, and minus margin 4. Okay, let me close this div, and here we will initiate this articles component. So we will instantiate this article component here we need to write the name of the prop, which is articles, and now we need to filter out the article content so that the other articles include all the article except the article which we are on. Okay, so for that, here after this if condition, we will create a new array. So const other articles, that is equal to, we need to filter this article content. So let me copy this, paste it here, dot filter, and inside this we will take article, and we will take an arrow function. So article dot name, which will be not equal to the name which we are getting it from here, so it will be name. Okay, and we need to copy this other articles and pass it here. Okay, and let's close this component. Now let's save this file and let's check it in the browser. So here we are getting other articles on every article. So if I go to this article, how to build a node server, so here are the other two articles. Okay, if I go to, let's say, my thought on learning reactjs, so now these are the other two articles. Okay, so we have successfully created a reusable component for our article list, and we are using this this reusable component on other article as well as here in the article list. So this is the magic of reactjs. We can create a reusable component and we can use it anywhere else, okay, in our application. So this is it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Hello everyone, in this video we will create 404 pages. Let's say if we go to localhost 3000 slash article slash hello, we can see this message article does not exist. Okay, but if I go to localhost colon 3000 hello, it doesn't show anything. Okay, so we need to create a generic 404 page. So to create 404 page, let's go to Visual Studio Code, and inside the pages folder we will create a new file and name it as notfound.js, and here I'll type RAFCE and press tab. Okay, and this I'll take it as h1, and inside I'll write 404 page not found, and here we need to add some classes. So class name, that is going to be small text for excel, text to excel, font bold, margin top 6, margin bottom 6, text gray 900. Now let's go to app.js, and here we need to create one more route. Okay, so let's create it. So route, and we will not give path. If we don't give a path, it will always match by default. And for our component, we will give not found. And if I click here, it automatically imports this page. Okay, so this is a page, so let me cut this out and I'll paste it here. Okay, let me save this. So don't forget to import this not found page, and here let me close this out. Okay, let's save this. And now if we go to the browser, if I go to home page, you can see that 404 page shows on all the pages. Okay, if I go to articles, Here, as you can see, we have 404 showing on all the pages. Since we did not give this route a path, it will always match by default. And the way to fix this is that we need to use another React router component called switch. So here we need to import that switch component. So switch, and now we need to wrap all the routes in switch component. So switch, and let's cut this out, save this file. Now what switch does is it makes sure that only one of the route we wrap in it render at a time. So it will render the first route that matches the URL and none of the others. For this reason, we need to put our not found route at last. Otherwise, this will be the only thing that shows up since it will always match. Now let's go to the browser, and now if we see that our 404 page doesn't shows, okay? If I go to about, so if so it does not shows on all the pages, but if I type, let's say, localhost 3000 hello, now we can see this message 404 page not found. Okay, the only page where 404 does not work is slash article slash hello. Here you can see the old message, but this also we will fix it, okay, so that we will be consistent. For that we need to go to Visual Studio Code, and for that we need to go to articles.js page, okay, and here we need to import not found page, okay. So import not found from dot slash not found, and here instead of this h1 tag we need to write this component name not found. Let me save this file. And now if I go to the browser, so as you can see, we are getting this message 404 page not found. Okay, so now it works on this URL also. So this is how we can create 404 page. And this is it for this lecture, and I'll see you in the next video. Hello everyone. To get started creating a backend for our app with Node.js and Express, let's create a new directory outside of our front-end directory. To work on this, first we need to go to our desktop, and I'll create a new folder with the name Mern blog. Okay, and inside this I will drag the files of my front end blog. Okay, and let me close this. Now let's go back to Visual Studio Code, and now we need to open that folder Mern blog. So I'll click on File, Open, and that is on the desktop. So Mern blog, and I click Open. Now inside this mon-blog, we have a front end, which is my blog. And now we will create one more directory. Okay, so I click on this, and here I will name it as my blog backend. Okay, now I will open my terminal, so control and backtick key. So this is the main folder, mon blog. And now if I want to go to this directory, my blog backend, I'll rename it as BACK. Now if I want to go to this directory, so here I'll write cd my blog backend and hit enter. Now I am inside this directory. So my front end is my blog and my backend is my blog backend. And this directories are both inside this Mern blog. This is the main directory. Okay, so you need to create a folder Mern blog, and inside this you need to drag all these files of my blog, and then you need to create a new folder for my blog backend. So this is a setup which we need, and now we need to initialize this folder as npm package by running npm init-y and press enter. Okay, if I visit this, so I will be able to see a package.json file. Now inside this directory, let me clear this out. We will install Express. Okay, so npm install --save express. And now inside this my blog backend, I'll create a new folder and name it as src. And inside this, I'll create a new file and name it as server.js. So this file will be the entry point for our app. Okay, so in package.json, here we need to write server.js, okay, because this is the entry point for our app. Now in server.js, the first thing we have to do is to import express by writing const express equals to require, and here we need to write express. Okay, and here I'll write const app equals to express with a parenthesis. Let me save this file. And now that we have the app object, we can define different endpoints for our app and what we wanted to do when the endpoint is hit. For example, app.get, and this will be the endpoint /hello. So hello is the endpoint, and then app.get gets a callback. Okay, and it has two main arguments. The first one is request, and the second is response. Okay, and the body of our callback will just look like this: response.send, and here we need to write hello. Okay, let's save this. And now we need to start our server. So for that, we need to write app.listen, and for in the first argument, we will define the port. So it is going to be 8000, and again, it will have a callback function. So callback, and then here we need to console.log listening on port 8000. Okay, let's save this. And now to run this, we need to write node src/server.js and hit enter. So now it says listening on port 8000. To hit this endpoint, we need to go to the browser, and here we need to write localhost colon 8000 slash hello and hit enter. Now, as you can see this hello, this is the response from our Express server as we hit the hello endpoint with our browser. So this is it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Hello everyone. In this video, we will see how to test our backend using Postman. So for that, we need to download and install Postman. Okay, so if you want to download Postman, you need to go to postman.com/downloads. From here, you can download Postman and install it in your machine. I have already downloaded and installed it. Now we need to open Postman. So make sure that your app is still running. Okay, so mine is running. If I go to Postman, now we will use Postman to send the GET request to the server on the hello endpoint. So that will look something like this. Okay, if I add this plus, now I need a GET request. So http / localhost colon 8000 / hello, and we need to hit this send button. So as you can see, we get the response hello. So GET request is used to get information from the server, such as article content and user information. And POST request, okay, so there's a POST request as well. So POST request is used to modify on the server, such as if we want to add a comment to an article or changing username. Okay, now let's see a quick example of send POST request to our server. So for that, we need to go to Visual Studio Code, and we need to add another route. Okay, so let's add another route. So app dot, now this time we need a post request. So dot post, and we will use the same endpoint. So /hello, and we will use the same callback. Okay, so request response, and your response dot send, and your message will be same hello. Okay, let me save this file. Now we need to restart the server. So I'll just stop the server by pressing Ctrl C, and I'll do node source server.js. Okay, and hit enter. So now that our server has been restarted, now let's go to Postman, and we need to select post, and let's hit send button. So we got the same response back, hello. Now let's see how to send data to the server along with the post request. So Postman has a body window, and here we can define the request body for our post request. Let's check raw, and here in the drop down we need to select JSON object, and here we can add whatever data we want. For example, we create a JSON object with the name field, and here we can pass our name. So when we send this post request, we want the server to reply with hello and then our name inside the string. And in order to do this, we need to do few things. So first we need to install another module called body parser. So let's go to Visual Studio Code, and let me stop this server. Okay, and we need to install body parser. So npm install --safe body parser and hit enter. So body parser allows the server to extract the JSON data that we send along with our request internal. Okay, so now inside server.js, we need two things. First, we need to import the body parser. So const body parser equals to require body parser, and then here we need to write app.use body parser.json. Okay, let's save this file. So it parses the JSON object that we have included along with our post request and adds the body property to the request parameter of whatever the matching route is. Okay, So now we can access the name property by doing something like we need to change this. Okay, here instead we can use a backtick key, and then we need to write hello dollar sign, and here we will write request dot body dot name. So we can access the name from request dot body. So let me save this file, and we need to restart the server. So node src slash server.js and hit enter. Okay, so now the server has been started. So now let's go to postman, and here we will hit this endpoint. Okay, so let's click on send button. So we got some error. Okay, the name should also be in double quotes. Okay, so let's hit send. So now, as you can see, we got the output as hello Samir. So this is how we can send post requests. So this is it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. In the last video, we saw how to post request to carry extra information in the form of a JSON object along with the request we send to our server. This is the best way to add information to our request, but there are several other ways to do so as well. Express also allows us to use URL parameter like we did it for frontend. And this is useful in many cases. For example, if we want a given user data from the backend, we will make a GET request to the endpoint called users slash and whatever the user ID, let's say 1234. Okay. Or if we want to load a data of a given article from the backend, we can make a GET request, let's say slash articles. Okay, so articles and the name of the article, for example, learn React. Now let's look at the example and see how it is done. So let's go to Visual Studio Code, and let's use the same example that we have used in the last video. We will simply return a hello message with the name that we pass to append to it. Basically, we want to send a GET request. In this case, we can use post request, but we will use GET here. We will send it to the endpoint, which is slash hello and a name like Samir. Okay. And the response we want to get is hello and then the name after it, just as we did before with the request body. So to do this, let's define a new route app.get. Okay. And for the URL, we will put slash hello and slash colon name, just as we did it with the front end. And inside our function, okay, and inside this function, we will do the same thing as we did with our post request. Okay. So request response and an arrow function. And here we need to write response dot send, and we need a backtick key, hello, dollar sign, curly braces. And here instead of request dot body, we will say request dot params dot name. Okay, let's save this file. Let's start the server by typing node src slash server dot js. Now let's go to postman, and here we will do a get request, but here we need to change it to hello slash and the name Samir. Okay, and let's click on the send button. So now as you can see, we got the response hello Samir. So this is how we can get a response using params. Okay, in the last lecture we use request.body, but in this lecture we use request.params. So this is also one way of getting the response. So this is it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Hello everyone, this is a quick video. I just wanted to show you that whenever you make some changes, you need to restart the server. Let's say if I change this to hellos, and if I save this, and if I go to the browser, and if I refresh to this endpoint, you won't see the changes hellos. But if I restart the server, let's say node src slash server.js, now if I refresh it, so it shows you the changes hellos. So every time you make changes in server.js, you need to restart the server. To avoid this, we will install a package called nodemon. So let me stop this server. Okay, let's clear this out, and now I will install a package called nodemon. So npm install hyphen save nodemon. Okay, and hit enter. Now this package has been installed. Now one more changes we need to do in package.json. So here we need to add a start script. Okay, so start, and here we need to write nodemon this should be in double quotes. Let's cut it out and I'll paste it here. Okay, and here we need to write src slash server.js. Okay, and a comma, and let's save this. Now to run the server, we only need to write npm start. Okay, so now it is saying listening on port 8000. So now if I go in server.js, now right now it is hellos, and if I remove this s and if I save this, it will automatically start the server. And if I go here and refresh the page, you can see it changes to hello. Okay, so this was a quick video to show how to start the server, okay, whenever you make the changes. So you don't need to manually write src slash server.js. So this is it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Hello everyone. In this video, we will see how to add comments. So inside server.js, we will take a const, and here we will write articles info. Okay. The name of the variable is article info. That is going to be an object. And here the first property is learn react, which is going to have an object, and inside this we will have a property comments that is going to be an empty array. Okay, and then we need similarly for learn node and my thoughts on react. Okay, so learn node, and the third one is my thoughts on learning react. Okay, let me save this file. Now we will create a route using post request. So let's remove all this, and here I'll write app dot post, and for the name, for the endpoint, we will write slash API slash articles slash colon name slash add hyphen comments. Okay, and for the callback, we required request and response. And for the response body, first we will go to postman and decide what we want in the body. Okay, so let's go to postman, and here we need to change the endpoint. First I'll select post, and then here we will change this endpoint to API slash articles slash learn node slash add comments. Okay, and make sure that you selected body. Inside this body, raw and JSON is selected. Okay, and here we need to change this. Okay, so here we need username. So I'll write username, and this is a fake data, so I'll write me, and this is the actual post, so I'll give a property text, and the post will be I like this article. Okay, as now we have decided what will be inside the body. Now let's go to Visual Studio Code and fill this body. Okay, so we want username and text from request.body, so I'll restructure it. So const username text, and we want it from request.body. Okay, and then we need the parameter name, so param name. So after this line, we'll write const article name. This is the variable name. Whatever you want to give, you can give it, but this should be request.params.name. Okay, request.params.name. Okay, this is the name of that URL. Okay, learn node or learn react. Okay, so this will be saved in this variable. Now to add the comment, we are going to write articles info. Okay, so this is the article info, and here we are going to pass article name dot comments dot push. We are going to push to object which is username, and the second is text. Okay, let's save this, and now we will check the status. So response dot status, that is going to be 200. 200 means everything is fine, working fine. Send articles info, and inside this we will write article name. Okay, let's save this, and now let's test this route by going to postman. So let's go to postman and let's hit the send button. So we got the response, we got the username me, and we got text. Now let's update another username. So I'll write someone else. Okay, and here I'll write I love this post. Okay, and let's hit send button. So as you can see, we got both the comments, but there is a problem which we have to solve. So everything we write is in server.js. So whatever we make changes, this server gets update. Okay, so whatever data which is in server also gets update. So let's say if I kill this server, okay, and if I start it again, let's say npm start, okay, so now the server has started. If I go to postman and if I hit send button, so as you can see that previous comment got deleted and we only got this one comment. So we need to fix this issue, and to fix this we will be using database. So that we will see in the next video. So this is it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Hello friends, welcome back. In this video we will install MongoDB, and I'm using Mac. So to install MongoDB on Mac I'll be using Homebrew. So you need to come to brew.sh, and if you are using any other system, so you need to go to mongodb.com, and here you can check out the docs. Okay, so there are different ways of installation. Okay, so if you are using Mac, you can check out this. If you are using Windows, you can click on this link and you can see what is the installation process. Okay, so I'm using Mac, so I've already installed Homebrew, but still for demonstration I will install it again. So let me copy this file, and then we need to go to terminal, and here I'll paste the link. Here I'll paste the code which I have copied and hit enter. So it will ask you for password. So let me enter my password. Please enter to continue. So it is downloading and installing Homebrew. Maybe sometimes it updates if Homebrew is already installed, so it updates. So installation is successful, as you can see. Now I'll go to MongoDB installation, and here uh, there's an option. Let me check it out. For install on Mac, if you click here, so there is a command which which we need to install MongoDB. So here it is. Okay, so to download official homebrew formula for MongoDB and database tool by running the following command in your Mac terminal. So let's copy this, and let me first clear this out. Okay, paste it, hit enter. It's done. Now let me copy this, paste it, enter. So now it is installing MongoDB community. So it says that it is already installed. So it's fine. I told you that I have already installed it. So now we need to make a directory for database. So for that, let me clear this out. Then we need to write sudo make dir -p space /data/db. Hit enter. It will ask you a password, so you need to enter it. Now we need to check the permission, whether all the permission are correct or not. So for that, we need to write sudo chown space -r, capital R, then a backtick key id -u, backtick key close /data/db. Hit enter. Okay, it says it's not found. So let me check the location. So it is something like this. So let's copy this. Maybe it's okay. It's done. So it was my typo or something. R is not required, I think so. Okay. So this is done. Now let's check whether MongoDB is installed or not. So for that, we need to write MongoDB. Hit enter. Sorry, we need to write Mongo D and hit enter. Okay, so it will give you something like this. So it means it is working. MongoDB is installed. Now we don't require this, so let's minimize this and let's go to our Visual Studio Code, and inside my blog backend, what I'll do is I'll write Mongo. Okay, so if I hit enter, now this is the shell. Okay, where you can insert the data, from where you can create the database, as well as you can insert the data. Okay, so first thing we will do is we will create a new database for our blog site. We need to simply type use, and then we need to write my blog. So whatever database name you want to give, you can, but I'm giving my blog. Okay, and hit enter. Okay, now it is switch it to database my blog. Okay, fine. So now what we will do is, let's clear this. Okay, how to clear it? cls. Okay, so I've cleared the screen, so you will able to see. Now what we can do is we will add this data, this fake data inside our database. Okay, so to work on this, so the way we do is like MongoDB. In MongoDB, we have collections, and this collections can contain any number of JSON objects, and we call this object as documents. So we will create a collection called articles, which will contain the article info. Okay, and so for that we need to type db dot articles. Okay, this is the name of collection, and we need to insert our data. So dot insert and parentheses, and then we need a square bracket. Okay, then curly braces, and here we need to write name, that is going to be learn react. Okay, this is the first article, then comma, then we have comments, that will be an empty array, right? Then we need to hit enter, close this comma, open this curly braces. Now again we need to write name, and this will be learn node. Okay, then comments, close this. Okay, here we need, let's put a comma and then name. Then we have my thoughts on learning react, comments. Okay, then we need to close this brackets and then square bracket and then parentheses and hit enter. So here, as you can see, inserted 3 records. So it says that it has inserted 3 records. Okay, so 3 records were inserted successfully. And to find the articles, we need to write db.articles.find, and inside this parentheses we will add an object. Okay, and hit enter. So as you can see, we are getting all this ID, name, and comments. So MongoDB add ID property for all this as well. And if you want to beautify this, so what we can do is like db dot, okay, the command is same, but at the end we can write pretty, and then parentheses enter. So you can see we are getting a good looking object, JSON object. And now if we want to find a particular article, then what we have to do is we need to type the name of the article. So name, and that is going to be learn react. Hit enter. So it will give you that particular article. Okay, and you can do find one also. So find one, hit enter. But in find one you can't use pretty, so let me remove this pretty, and if I hit enter, so as you can see we can find one article using find one. So this is how we have added the database in MongoDB. So in the next video we will connect this database using Express. Okay, so this is it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Hello friends, now that we got our MongoDB up and running in our computer as well as the basic data that we can use for development, let's see how we can incorporate that into our Express server. The first thing we have to do is to install MongoDB npm package in our project. So make sure that you are inside this directory my-blog-backend, and then you need to run npm install --save MongoDB and hit enter. Now this package that we have installed will allow us to connect to and modify our local database from inside of Express server code. And this will help us to persist data much more effectively. In other words, our data will not be deleted every time we start the server, which is crucial for any application. Now we have our data stored in local MongoDB, so we don't require this fake data. So let's delete this data. Okay, and let me save this file. Now here we need to write app.get. Okay, we need to create a route, and the URL for this route will be /api slash articles /name. Okay, and here we need a callback, so it will be request response, and here we need the article info name. So let's copy this. We need this article name, so not article info name, we need this article name. Okay, then we need to connect MongoDB URL. So first we need to import Mongo client, so let's import it. So const Mongo client from, sorry, Mongo client equals to require MongoDB. Okay. Now here we can use that. So Mongo client dot connect, and inside this we will give the path which is MongoDB colon slash slash localhost colon 27017. Okay. So this is the part where we can get the database data. Okay. So now after this we will have the options. So first one is use new URL parser, and that is going to be true. And the second one is use unidentified topology. Okay, that is again true. Let's save this. And now we need to save this in a variable. So let's take a const db equals to, sorry, const client. Okay, that is going to be this URL. Okay, and here we need to take a variable from db equals to client dot db, and we need to give the name of the database. So in my case it is my blog. Okay, so make sure you give a correct database name here. So this Mongo client will allow us to connect our local database. Okay, and then here we need to write const article info, and that is equal to db dot collection, and we need a collection, the name of the collection, which is in our case articles. Okay, and then we need to find one. Okay, here we will give name, that is equal to article name. Okay, so we need to find this article name, and then we'll get a response. So response dot status, that is 200. 200 means everything is okay dot, and we need it in a JSON format. So JSON article info. Okay, and then we need to close this client. So close client dot close. Let's save this. And so here we need to use async await. So here we need to wait. Okay, await. You here we need to write await, and even here we need to write await, and this will be async. Okay, so let me save this, and now we need to put this entire block into try catch. So try, and here we need to cut this out, paste it here, and this will be catch block. So inside catch block, we will catch the error. So response dot status, and if it is 500, 500 means internal server error dot JSON. So here we need to give message. Okay, if there is an error, so we can give a message that error connecting to database. Okay, and here we need to pass that parameter. Okay, so let's save this. Now let's test this route. Okay, so now we need to go to postman, and this will be a get request. So get. Okay, let me check. Yeah, it is a get request, and now localhost colon 8000 slash API slash articles slash learn hyphen node. Okay, let's see what are we getting back. So if I click on send, we are getting some error. Okay, so the server should be running. So npm start. Okay, so now we have started the server. Now let's go to postman and check it again. So if I click send, so I got the data back with the id, name, and the comment. Okay, and now if you want to try for learn react, we just need to change this to learn react, and if I click send, so here we can get an id, the name is learn react, and the comment. Okay, so this is it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Hello friends, so far we have written endpoint for getting info for our particular article from our MongoDB database. In this video, we're gonna write our comments endpoint to use our MongoDB as well. But first, we will do a little refactoring so we can avoid repetition of code. So we will create a function called withDB that will look something like this. So const withDB equals to, and this will be an async function. So async, and here we will pass an argument. Okay, so that will be operations, and inside this, so this will take care of all the operations. So now let's copy the code from here. So let's copy the try and catch block. Let's copy this and I'll paste it here. So here we have a try and catch block. So we are connecting the MongoDB, and then we are getting the database, and then we are performing some operations, and finally we are calling client.close, and this is for error handling logic. We will delete this specific operations here. Okay, so let's delete this. Okay, we don't require this, and here also we want to delete this first line. Okay, let me save this. Here also we need to pass a second argument response. Okay, because we need a response here. Okay, so let's save this, and then and here we will call the operations argument. So operations, and then inside this we'll pass db. Okay, let me save this. So now this is done. Now we will refactor the endpoint route. Okay, then we will move on to the comments route. Okay, so first we will remove everything that is related to database. So here we need to remove this catch and response.status. Then we will remove this connection code. Okay, and then we will remove this db. Okay, and then we need to remove this try block. Okay, let me save this, and then we need to wrap the entire code with db function. So here I'll write with db, and inside this we need a parameter called db, and here this is going to be an async function. So async, and here I'll cut the code and I'll paste it inside this function. Okay, let me save this, and here I'll pass the response. Okay, let's save this, and let's test the article info endpoint whether it works or not. So for that we need to go to postman, and this will be a get request. Okay, so learn slash api slash articles slash node. Okay, and if I click on send, let's see what we are getting in the response. Let me check the server is running or not. So control and backtick key. Okay, we are getting some problem. So let's check what is the issue. So we are getting some error. So here before this operation we need to pass await. Okay, let me save this. Now this is listening to port 8000. Now let's check it in the postman. Okay, so slash api slash article and slash learn node. So if I click on send, so I'm getting this data back. So name, learn node, and comments. Okay, so if I go to learn react, and if I click send, so we are getting this id, name, and comments. So now let's do the same thing for add comments. Okay, so for that first we need to remove these two lines because this will not work anymore, and then we need to get the with db function here. So with db, and this will be db, and here we need to pass async. So this is an async function, and inside this we will write const article info, that is going to be db dot collections, and the collection name is articles, and we need to find one. Okay, so find one, that is going to be name equals to, and we will match the name which is equal to the article name. Okay, so this is on to this two lines should be at the top. So let me cut this and I'll paste it here. Okay, so this name is going to be equal to article name. Okay, and this will be an await function. So await, and once we find that, then we need to wait for db dot collection, and this will be articles. Okay, then we need to update one, and here we need to match the name with the article name. So article name, and then we need to set. Okay, so at the rate, sorry, dollar set, and that is going to be comments article info dot comments, and here we need to concat. So whatever comments we are getting from the server, we need to contact with the username and text. Let's save this, and here we need to write const updated article info. Okay, this is the name of the variable, and here we need to wait. So await, and here db dot collection, and the collection name is articles, and here we will find one. So find one, and we need to find the name which is equal to article name. Okay, and then finally we need response dot status. Here we need to pass 200. Okay, dot JSON updated, and here we need to pass this variable. Okay, let me save this, and here we need to pass the response object. Okay, so let's save this, and now let's try it in the postman. So let's go here, and here we need to write learn node. So this is going to be a post request. So first we need to change this. Then here we need to write localhost 8000 API slash article slash learn node slash add hyphen comment, add comments, and then we need to select body. Okay, raw, and here we need to write JSON, and username I'll write as me. Okay, and here we can write any text like username also you can write anything. So I wrote me, and this for text I'll write I love this post, and let's click on send. So we are getting some error. Okay, so here there is a mistake, update one. It's update one and not update 1D. Let me save this, and let's go back to postman, and let's try it out again. So if I click on send, so I'm getting the big data back. Okay, so we have successfully added this comment in the database. So this is it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye bye. Hello friends, welcome back. Now it's time to bring our front end and back end together and make this as a full stack application. Until now, we have been using Postman to test our backend to see our response matches the expectation. So in order to bring our front end and back end together, our main task is to make it to it so that our front end instead of Postman is the one that makes this request. For example, when the user visits a specific article, our frontend need to automatically make the request to load the comment for that article, and then it needs to display that information on the correct places on the page. And we also want to make it so that our frontend will allow users to comment on an article. So there are many libraries that we can use to make a request from our frontend, but in our course we will simply use fetch. Okay, so fetch is simply a synchronized function that we can call from front end. So fetch is a built-in API. So the first argument will be the URL, which tells user which endpoint to hit. And the second argument is optional, the options object that we can use to specify details about the request we want to send. For example, this is where we want to specify method if we want to have a get or post request, and it also allows to specify the body of our request as well as some other useful things such as headers. And one more thing, the default value for this method is get. So if we don't specify this argument, the fetch will send a get request to the endpoint we specify. Fetch is a built-in function, so we don't have to import anything into our code base, but we need to fix it for Internet Explorer because it won't work in Internet Explorer. So to make it work on Internet Explorer, we need to do an npm install. Okay, so make sure to stop this terminal. Okay, and we need to go to the front end directory. So let's do cd dot dot, then we need to type cd, and then we need to go to front end directory, which is my hyphen blog. Okay, so make sure that you are inside this my hyphen block. This is the front end directory, and here we need to do npm install dash dash save, and the package that we need to install is what wg hyphen fetch, and press enter. Now we need to go to index.js, and inside index.js we need to come at the top. Okay, and here we need to write import what wg hyphen fetch, and then we need to save this file. Okay, let's wait for this package to get installed. Okay, now this package has been installed. Now this will support Internet Explorer, so we don't have to worry about Internet Explorer. Okay, so this is it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Hello friends, welcome back. So when we navigate to one of the article pages on the blog, we want our front end to automatically query the server and display the comments that the article has. So the first thing we have to do is we need to add state to our component. So currently our component do not have any state. Okay, our component do not have any form of memory. They simply return some JSX depending on the props that we pass into them. States give us a place where we can temporarily store our information, for example information that we loaded from our server. To add state to our component, we will use one of the React hook which is called useState. So first we need to import useState from React. Okay, so here we need to write useState. So once we have imported useState, then here inside the component we will write const and we will take an array, and here we will write the name of the variable, which is article info, and a setter function which is set article info, and that is equal to use state, and initially we can keep it as empty object. Okay, instead of empty object, let's add the property comments. Okay, and this will be equal to an empty array. So let's save this. Now this article info has an initial value, has a property comments, and which is having an initial value of empty array. So now how do we make requests to the backend to load our article info? To do that, we need to use another React hook which is called use effect. So let's import use effect as well. So use effect, and now let's see how use effect works. Okay, so here I will write use effect, and inside this use effect we need to call an anonymous function. So this will be an arrow function, and let me console log component mounted. So this use effect runs every time when the component loads, or you can say component is mounted. Okay, so let me save this file. Make sure that inside the terminal you are doing npm start. Let's go to the browser, and if I inspect and if I go to console, so as you can see here it is showing component mounted. So if I refresh the page, you can see component mounted. So whenever this component is loaded, you will see component mounted. Okay, so every time when this component loads, this use effect runs. Now we need to load data from server. So let's go to Visual Studio Code. Since the code that we are going to use to fetch the data involves the asynchronous fetching operation, which will be using async and await keyword inside the use effect. The only problem here is that the use effect does not allow the function that we pass here to be async. So if we do this, for example, it will give us an error. So to use async await, we need to define an async function inside the use effect. Okay, so we need to write const. Let me remove this console log. So here we need to define const, and the name of the variable will be fetch data, that is equal to, now this can be an async function, so async and an arrow function, and here we need to take one more variable const result, and this here we need to wait, so await fetch, and here we need to define the URL from where we need to fetch the data. So I'll take a backtick key http colon slash slash localhost colon 8000 slash API slash articles slash, and then a dollar sign and the name. Okay, this is the URL parameter. Okay, so now after this we need a const, and that is equal to that is going to be a result dot json. Okay, this is going to be a function. Now after this we will call set articles. So let me copy this, I'll paste it here, and then we will call this body. Okay, so here I need to paste it. So let's save this, and here we need to call this fetch data function. So let me copy and paste it, and we will call this function without await keyword. Okay, let me save this file. Here also we need an await. Okay, let's save this. So we need to call this function outside this. Okay, so now it is fine. Let me save this, and we need this use effect to run only when the URL parameter changes. So here I'll take a second argument as an array, and inside this I'll pass this name. Okay, so let me copy and paste it here, save this, and now let's go to the browser, and as you can see in the console we are getting some issue. We are getting an error that access to fetch and the URL from origin has been blocked by course policy. So this is an error. So this is a security related error. It happens when we make a request from one origin to another. To fix this, we need to make some modification in package.json. So let's go to Visual Studio Code, and inside this front end directory we have a package.json. Okay, so let's open that. Okay, so here it is. So this is the front end directory package.json. So after this we need to add one more property, which is proxy, and that is going to be in double quotes. We need to write http colon slash slash localhost colon 8000 slash and a comma. Okay, now let's save this file, and let's go to article.js, and here we don't require this, so we need to remove this http colon localhost 8000, and we need to only keep /API/article and the name. Okay, let's save this, and now let's run the server again. Okay, so let me stop this. Inside the terminal we need to write npm start and hit enter. So let me clear this console and refresh the page. Okay, so let's refresh it again. So now as you can see, we are not getting any error, okay, which we were getting earlier. Now let's console log body. Okay, so here let me write console log, and let me pass the body here, and let's go to the browser, and let's see what we are getting inside the body. So now we are getting the comments here. Okay, so here as you can see, username is me and the text is I love this post. Okay, because we have added the comment for this article, so we are able to see this comment. So now in the next video we will see how to display this comment on the article. So this is it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Hello friends, welcome back. In this video we will display comments on the article page. To display the comments we need to create a new component. So inside the components folder we will create a new file and name it as comments list.js, and here I'll type RAFCE and press tab. And now we need to pass only one prop, which is comments, and here we will write some JSX code. So I'll use a React fragment. Okay, so let's remove this div, and inside I'll take an h3 tag for the heading, which is comments. Okay, and after this h3 tag I will map the comments. So in the curly braces we need to write comments dot map, and here we need to take an arrow function, and this will return a div. Okay, so here we will take a div, and here we need to pass arguments as comment. Okay, and we need index, and here in the div we will pass the key as index, and inside the div we will take h4 tag, and we need the username. So comment dot username, and then we need a p tag. Inside the p tag we need the text, so comment dot text. Okay, let's save this file, and now I'll do some css. I will add some css classes. Okay, so let's do it now. In h3 tag I will write class name that is equal to, in the small device text will be 2xl, text will be XL, font will be bold, margin top 6, margin bottom 6, and text gray, that is going to be 900. Okay, and for this div we don't require anything. For h4 I'll add some classes. So class name, that is going to be text XL, and font will be bold. That's it. Now for paragraph I need some css classes. Margin top will be 1, margin bottom will be 4. Okay, let's save this, and now let's import this component inside article.js. So let's go in article.js, and here I'll import comment list from dot dot slash comment components slash comment list. Okay, and now here before this other articles I will instantiate this comment list. Okay, and then we will pass the prop, which is comments. So let me copy this, I'll paste it here, equals to article info dot comments. Okay, and let's close this component article info. Let me copy this and I'll paste it here. Okay, let's save this. Now let's check it in the browser. Okay, so here we need to go inside this node. Okay, how to build a node server in 10 minutes. So here as you can see we have added the comments in the backend in the MongoDB. So here it is, this is the username and this is the comment. Okay, so we have successfully displayed the comment on the article page. Now in the next lecture I'll add a form so that the user can add the comment by using this form. So this is it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Hello friends, welcome back. In this video we will see how to add a comment with the help of a form. So we need to create a new file inside the components folder. So let's create a new file and name it as add comment form.js, and here I'll write RAFCE and press tab. And we need to add a form, so here instead of div I will take a form tag, and I'll do some styling for this form. So I need to add some CSS classes. So class name, that is going to be shadow rounded px8 means padding from left and right will be 8, padding top will be 6, padding bottom will be 8, margin bottom will be 4. And inside this form, we will take an h3 tag for the heading. So the heading will be add a comment. And we need to do some styling for this heading. So class name, that is going to be text excel, font bold, margin bottom 4, text gray 900. And then after this heading we will take label, and that is going to be name. And after that we will take an input type which is going to be text. Input type, that is going to be text. Let me close this, and we need to add some css classes for this label. So class name, that is going to be block, text gray 700, text small, font bold, margin bottom 2. Okay, and for this input we need some css classes. So class name, that is going to be shadow, appearance will be none, border will be there, rounded, width will be full, padding from top and bottom 2, padding from left and right will be 3, text gray 700, leading will be tight, this is for line height, focus will be outline, none, focus shadow, outline. Okay, let's save this. And now we need text area for the comment, so let's copy this. Okay, we don't need input, we need text area. So let's copy only the label and I'll paste it here. Okay, and here the label will be comment. Okay, and then we need a text area. So text area, for this text area I'll take rows, that is going to be 4, columns will be 50. Okay, and we need css classes, so this will be same as the input. Okay, so we'll copy the css classes and I'll paste it here, and then I'll close this text area. Okay, then after this we need a button. Okay, to submit the form. So button, and here also we need some css classes. So class name, that is going to be bg blue 500, over, that is going to be bg blue 700, text will be white, font will be bold, padding left right 2, sorry, top and bottom 2, padding left right 4, rounded, focus will be outline none, focus for shadow will be shadow hyphen outline. Okay, let's close this button, and inside this button I will write add comment. Okay, so add comment. Let's save this. Now that our basic structure of the form is ready, so we need to give some internal state so that it is easy for us to track our values of these two input fields, not input fields, text fields. Okay, so we will use useState hook. So let's import the useState hook. So useState, okay, we need to import this useState from React, and here inside this component I will take a const and an array, and here I'll take username and set username, that is going to be useState, and initial value will be empty string. And again we need a const, and this is going to be for comment. So comment text set comment text equals to useState, and this will be an empty string. Okay, now we need to link the state to this text fields that they represent. So we need to add a value prop to both the text fields. Okay, so let's add the value prop. So value, and that is going to be for username, we need to write username. Okay, and for text area, value will be comment text. Okay, and now we need an on change. So on change, that is going to be an arrow function. Okay, we need to pass the event, and here I'll write set username, and here event dot target dot value. Again this thing I'll copy on change and I'll paste it here, but this time the function will be different. So let me copy this and I'll paste it here. Okay, and everything will remain the same. Let me save this, and then we need a on click. Okay, so for this button, so on click, and here I'll give an arrow function that is going to be add comment. Okay, this is the name of the function. Sorry, add comment. Okay, so let's close this. Now we need to create this function add comment. Okay, this function is not yet created, so we need to create this. So let's create this function. Let me save this file. Let's copy this add comment, and at the top I'll create this function. So here before return I'll take a const and the name of the function, which is add comment, equals to, and this will be an async function. So async, okay, then an arrow function, and inside this function I'll take a const result that is going to be await. So here we will make a post request using fetch. Okay, so fetch, and here inside this we will take a backtick key slash API slash articles slash and then a dollar sign, and inside the curly braces we will take the article name. So this is the article name that we will get from, this is the prop name that we will get from article.js. Okay, so that we need to do it, but let's write it now. Now then add comment, this is the endpoint. Okay, and after this we will take the options. So options are method is going to be post. Okay, then we need body, so that is going to be username, and we need comment, so that is text equals to comment text, and this should be json dot stringify. We need to convert this into string. Okay, and then we need headers. Okay, so headers, that is going to be an object, and inside this we will write content type. So make sure that this is capital, content hyphen type, T is capital, that is going to be application slash json. Okay, json, and let's save this. I think there is some issue with this, so this is going to be colon, okay, and not equal to. Let's save this. Now we need the results. So const body, that is going to be await result dot json. Okay, and after that we will call set article info. This is again going to be a prop which we are getting from, which we will get from article.js, and here we will pass the body. Let's save this. Now this component add comment form does not have this set article info function and as well as this article name. Okay, so we need to get this prop from article.js, but here we need to restructure this. So article name, okay, and this is set article info. Okay, let's save this. Now let's import this component inside article.js. So inside article.js I will write import add comment form from dot dot slash component slash add comment form. Okay, and then we need to call this, so I'll call it above the comment list. Okay, so let's do an add comment form, and we need to pass the props. So the first one is article name, that is going to be this name. Okay, so let's copy this and I'll paste it here. Then we need set article info, that is going to be set article info, and let's close this component. Let's save this. Now let's check it in the browser. Okay, so let me refresh this. Okay, let's do one thing. This comment should be at the top and then the form. Okay, so let's go to article.js and I'll just cut this out, and after this comment I'll paste it. So now if I go back, so as you can see the comment is at the top and then we have the form. Okay, and one more thing we need to do is after submitting the form we need the text field should be empty. So for that I'll write set username and we'll give an empty string. Okay, and again for set comment text we'll give an empty string. Okay, let's save this and now let's try it out. Let's refresh this. Make sure that everything is running okay in the terminal, like front end and back end both. So now here I'll write the name. So Samir and great article, and I'll hit add comment. So we are not able to see the comment. So let's see what is the issue. Okay, let's go back to Visual Studio Code. So this is add comments. Okay, let me save this. Now let's try it out. So here, let me refresh it again. And here I'll write Samir, great article. Okay, article. Let's add the comment. So as you can see, Samir, and here it says great article. So we have successfully added the comment using this form. Okay, and one more thing, if you want to check this in database, you need to install MongoDB Compass. Okay, so MongoDB Compass. So here I've already installed it in my machine. So I think you need to just download it. If you click try it now, I think it will. Okay, so from here you can install it. So I've already installed in my machine. So if I go to MongoDB Compass, let me open and I'll show you. Okay, and you need to connect your database. So let me open this first. Okay, then I'll show you how to connect. But you need to first install this in your machine. So there are instruction on their website. So I've already installed it in my machine. Okay, so now here you need to add your localhost link. So let me show you. If I go to server.js, so this is the link. Okay, so you need to copy this and then you need to go to MongoDB Compass and here you need to paste it. Okay, and you need to click on connect. So once you connect, they will it will show you all the database in your local machine. So my database name was my blog. Okay, and here is the articles. So there are three articles and we have added the comments in this article. Okay, as you can see, me, I love this post. Samir, great article. So if you want to modify, you can modify it here. Okay, so if I write Samir K and if I hit update, and now if I go to the browser and if I refresh this, so here as you can see Samir K. So from here you can delete the article. Okay, you can add more articles. You can update your comments. You can remove the comments. So this is very handy. If you want, you can install and you can just check your database and all. Okay. So this is it for this video and this is it for this course. I hope you like this course. I hope you learned something new from this course about Mern Stack. Okay. So I'll see you in some other course and in some other videos and everything I've uploaded on the GitHub. So this is it and I'll see you in some other videos and some other courses. So till then, take care and bye bye.